How you doing, family? This is your country cousin Cornelius, and I'm going to discuss with y'all what I call the Alabama story. The Alabama story is about a situation where my company, that's based in Rankin County, Mississippi, performed services in Lauderdale County, Mississippi, for a resident of Sumter County, Alabama. I think the total cost of these services were around $7,500. They made a down payment. I took less than what I would normally take, just trying to help them out. And that's red flag number one. A lot of times, do not decrease your price based on a perceived sad story. That's the first red flag that those folks are going to get behind on paying. Second red flag was they were late on the first payment, um, made partial payments for the second and third payment. And as time went on, I'm going to say around 120 days after the service, the indemnitor, the person that signed the promissory note, just indicated that he wasn't going to pay. He didn't think he should have to pay. He never said that he was not satisfied with my services or I didn't upkeep my end of the bargain. He just decided that he no longer wanted to pay. Like I have said on my TikTok videos, we don't get into multiple phone calls, arguments at all. If we send letters, we don't constantly send letters, because people that don't like to pay their bills, they will do that with you all day long. Especially a certain segment of the population that don't like to pay their bills. They will argue with you and throw your letters in the garbage all day long. Just remember that. So I drove over to Sumter County, Alabama, because my limits in Mississippi small claims court was $3,500, but in Alabama it's $6,000. The day before I was supposed to go to court, I get a call from this private attorney that he had retained, that he had paid money, which he could have been paying his debt. She tells me that I cannot sue him in Sumter County, Alabama, because my business is not registered with the state of Alabama. My business is registered with the state of Mississippi. Now, I don't know if she didn't know this. Makes me wonder how good she is at her craft, or she just underestimated me and assumed that I knew nothing about Nexus. So I told her I'm coming to court tomorrow anyway, and I'm going to allow the judge to tell me that I cannot sue him in Sumter County, Alabama. So I came to court. He presented his side of the story, which he basically pled ignorance. I presented my side of the story, which only included my promissory note. That's the reason why I told you I want the promissory note on a separate piece of paper. His lawyer kept fishing, trying to get other documents. I never would produce those documents to the court because the court didn't ask for them. She was fishing to make some kind of attempt to compel me to produce those documents, which the documents that I think that she was looking for would have reiterated my stance. So I pulled out my clear promissory note that detailed every step of the transaction. I also produced an audited invoice that detailed every cost and every payment I ever received from them, how I came to the amount that I was seeking, plus court costs. The interest came as an added bonus. His lawyer attempted to tell the judge that by me filing a lawsuit in Alabama, I was essentially conducting business in Alabama, and my company was not registered in Alabama. I refuted that and told the judge that I wasn't there to conduct business. I was there to collect a debt. Bottom line, I won that case, and when I left out of the courtroom, when the interest and court costs was calculated, he owed me $7,000. Keep in mind, my principal amount was under the $6,000 limit of Alabama, but with the court cost and interest, he ended up paying me close to $7,000. And I collected on every last red penny of that money. And those, my friend, my friend, is my Alabama story. And I said that to say this: when you watch my TikTok or you watch my supplemental YouTube channel, you're not looking at someone that's teaching you theory, something that he has heard from a third person that can be done. If it's something that I have not accomplished myself in business, I'm not going to get on YouTube or TikTok and repeat it. So the stuff that I'm teaching you on these platforms, this is stuff that I have accomplished and know from firsthand. Thank you and have a nice day.